Fifth grade, we are going to do a drawing that I am calling a meter monster. And we are going to be using our ruler, some of the stuff that you've been learning in Miss Dion's class, where she's got you using centimeters and millimeters. We are going to have some set measurements to design our own unique monster. So you'll have some body parts that you'll have to get to the right length, and then you'll be able to design that however you want within those lengths. And then we're going to, she's going to have you convert them to a different measurement as well. So it'll be an assignment for her class that you'll be working on Wednesday, all right? So for this Tuesday, all we're doing is creating the monster, making sure we got the set measurements, just kind of a plain line drawing. And then the following week, I'm going to show you how to add some details to it, and we're going to do some coloring from there. So we'll be working on this next Tuesday as well, so 2 class periods. So, all right? Okay, 5th grade, let's get started. So let's open up our sketchbook to our next page in our sketchbook, and we're going to want this to go portrait style for what we're going to do. We're going to draw a monster in millimeters. We call him a meter monster. And we want to keep this portrait style because we're going to start with just kind of a up and down type of monster. And we want our measurements, because you'll have certain measurements for your body parts, the body, the arms, the legs, the head. We're going to start with the body first. And so the measurements of your body are going to be 68 millimeters. So there's our inch side, all right? We have our inch side here. And on the opposite side we have centimeters, but we want the little lines on here for our millimeters. So I'm going to pick the center part of the page, and the size of the body is going to be 68 millimeters. So I'm going to mark at my 0, and I'm going to mark at my 68. So I know my body has to be about that big. And I can design this body however I want as long as I don't go past those 2 lines. So I'm going to go with something kind of wavy, like so. All right, there's my body at my 68 millimeters. Okay, I think what I'll do next is the head. And so my head is 42 millimeters. And so I've got my 0. And you kind of have to make a decision here. Do I want to give it a neck, add a neck to it, or do I want to attach the head just to it? I'm going to just attach the head right to it. If you add a neck, let's say there's just a little part that's going to connect that head, then you start your measurement from where the neck ends to the top of the head there. But I'm going to connect them at my 42. So from there to there, all right? Now make sure you're reading through all the different measurements. Don't just start with one, because we do have a body length of 217 millimeters. And so you kind of want to look to see what your range is. It's quite a bit. So you just want to make sure that you don't go past that. You want to make sure all your measurements are precise. So I had my 42 millimeters for the head here, and I'm just going to go kind of with an ovalish shape head, kind of rounded, all right, not perfect, and connected there. And so I may connect that a little bit better since it looks like it's just kind of sitting on a little edge. So there's my body. I may flatten it out a little bit more, like so, all right. So I have those 2 done. I'm going to work on, I guess, maybe the legs next. And my leg length is 74 millimeters. So I got my 0, looking at my 74 millimeters. And so I just want to make sure that they are attached. I think I'm going to move them slight. You can have them go straight down. You can have them go at an angle. Whatever's going to be best. I think I'm going to try to go into this groove here, though. That looks more like a socket to me. So I'm going to go 74 from there to there. And I think I'm going to do one on the other side as well. 74. We'll go down a little bit straighter. All right. So I have my measurements from there to there. I just don't want to go past those two. So I'm going to start in here. And like I said, you can draw them how you want as long as you stay within your range. All right. I'll go from there. Really all we're doing is just a line drawing right now, kind of the outline of our monster. My arms are 57 millimeters. I just want to find a good spot for them. So we're looking at maybe from here, my 0, 57 will come out like that. That one's going to go out at an angle. But I think I'm going to have this one go upward. And so I'm going to connect it at my 57. And they should go about that way. So I've got one going up and one going down. I kind of like the texture I use down here, so I may incorporate that. But again, don't go past the length of your measurement, all right, for your meter monster. All right, I'm going to go like that, and then we're going to go up and out. So I just didn't go past my line. Kind of sloppy, going too fast here. All right, so I've got my other one over here. I'm going to stick with the same kind of theme. And again, design them however you want. Just don't go past your measurements for those body parts. We'll be able to do some other stuff to them. We just want to make sure that we're there. All right, so I've got my body, head, body, arms, legs. My total length is 217 millimeters. So as I look at here, I've got a little extra room in here. So what I want to do is I want to see where my 217 is, and I'm going to add some feet to this, and that's going to help me extend this out. And I think I'm going to add something to the top here to help me extend it out. So I'm going to have to look to see where my 217 is. I could go from the top of the head if I wasn't going to put anything up there, and I could add some just feet to help cover that. But I kind of want to balance it out a little bit. So my 217 should be somewhere around in here. Let's see. We're going to go there. So my 0 to 217 fits in there. If I just kind of lay my ruler down here at that line, I don't have to make a line, but I know that that's how big, or I can't go past that mark. And so I'm going to start putting in some feet, okay? So maybe he's got some gnarly toes here. And it looks like I got a little bit of space here, so I'm going to add some more to the top. And that's fine. You might have to change your measurements. I didn't want my feet to be all the way down to that mark, I guess, because that's kind of big the more I looked at it. So I'm going to raise this line up a little bit to go with the bottom one. It's not by much, but that evenly is the length right there. And then I'm just going to see where I end up. So I got to go to there. Not by much, just has to go up just a little bit. I just want to make sure my measurements are correct. All right, so now I know I got to go this high to get my 217 millimeters. And I just don't want to go past my ruler line here. So I think I'll just give him some horns. All right, and where the point is going to give me my top number. All right. Do something like that. All right. So I've got my monster made out. I'm going to add some hands to him. You know, maybe I'll give him some fingers. He can be pointing at himself. Maybe this one's a fist of some sort. You can add however that is, as long as your measurements are doing pretty good on your body parts. You've got those in millimeters. Miss Dion's going to work with you on the other measurements. All right. And we're going to go from there. So we're really just looking for a line drawing. Some of the extra features and some of the coloring we are going to take care of next week. So you'll notice I didn't put a face on here yet. I did finish the arms and the legs, but really that's about all we want to go to for right now. And then you can work on getting in those measurements. Miss Dion's going to have an assignment for you to do with this, okay? And then next week, we're gonna do a little bit more to it and finish it up, all right? Remember, we're just keeping that a simple line drawing. Don't worry about a face or anything like that. We'll add some of those details next week. Just get that basic body, head, legs, arms. You can add feet and you can add hands. And then any extras that you need to get you to the proper height, but then you're going to leave it just like that. We'll talk about textures and color next week, and we'll finish it up, okay? So guys, enjoy your week. Keep sending me those pictures in for you remote learners, but anybody can email me in. Miss Dion will attach a link for my email, and then you guys can just click on that and send me pictures. I love seeing them. I'm going to try to get a slideshow out this week, but it's pretty crazy over here, so we're working the best we can. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.